Hello everyone and welcome back to the BSBK Design Team channel. I'd like to welcome you back and make sure you get your free PDF from tinypandora.com. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to use your ColorMe kit. I have the Jellyfish one, but more in detail, I'm going to be teaching you / showing you what products work best for coloring in and which UV resins finish the best and kind of just in detail everything about it. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and let's go ahead and jump into supplies. Okay everyone, supplies you'll be needing to make your ColorMe kit pendants include your basic tools like a blade and an acrylic roller, and then you'll also need craft paint, and then you will obviously need your ColorMe kit, polymer clay, and then of course you will need things to color in your ColorMe kit pendants. I have various things here to try, and I will be saying which one I prefer over all of them. And I'm also using Kato polymer clay for anyone who is wondering. So without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. Okay everyone, so I have gone ahead and the first step is to roll out your polymer clay on whatever setting is comfortable for you. I would not go any thinner than a 3, even that's pushing it a little, but that's just me. I'm on a 1. But now is time for the silkscreen part. So in your kit, you should get your cutter that matches your silkscreen. Like I said, I have the Jellyfish, and I'm going to do it on black and white clay. So I think I'll start with the white clay just because it's the biggest, and the black one's smaller so I can put it out of the way. There's more surface area here too. So now your acrylic paint also comes in. So first you want to make sure that your silkscreen's shiny side goes down on the clay, on the Jellyfish that you're wanting to use. I think I'm going to use this one right here. So just kind of push down a little. Don't like force it in there, it'll ruin your silkscreen, but just kind of pull over it and stuff. You just want to make sure that it's stuck on there. So now I have my cutter, my acrylic paint, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, you'll need a squeegee. This is from the Sculpey silkscreen kit, but a credit card or Tiny Pandora also sells a squeegee with a rubber side which will protect your silkscreen. So I would suggest that one or anything that's not going to harm your silkscreen. Alrighty. So I'm sure most of us know how to do a silkscreen, but for those of us who don't, basically, you just put a line of paint. Well, oh, that was so much. Okay, that is a lot of paint. Do not put that much paint. It is not necessary. I probably should have shaken the bottle, but I didn't, and now I have a lot of paint. But it's okay, because now what you do is take your squeegee, and I have it on my fingers now. Ah, my lord. Okay. So take your squeegee and run over your silkscreen. And then go back and run over your silkscreen. Just like this. And then I go back to scrape off any extra. And then that pretty much covers it. So now what you do is you want to immediately take this off and then go put it in your container of hot water, not hot water, but warm water with a dash of dish soap. So I'll be back when my silkscreen is all clean for the reveal. Okay, so as you can see, I have gone and cleaned my silkscreen, and I'm letting that sit off to the side to dry a little bit before we move on to the black clay. So now all you have to do is take your cutter and cut your image out. I think everything is good and ready to go. Just push down to push your image. So then you should have your jellyfish shape. So I will be back when I have this mess cleaned up. Okay, so I have my clay all cleaned up and stuff. And then I've kind of cleaned the edges a little. But here is your jellyfish. So there are a few ways to continue this. And what I mean by that is, I am assuming most of you are going to want these as a necklace. And for that, you'll need a bail or a head pin or eye pin. But since your kit comes with bails, just use a bail. Now, there are several ways you can secure a bail, but the way I prefer is using another layer of clay. So, all you have to do is take some of your scrap clay, push it down, run it through your pasta machine on like a 3 or a 4 or whatever makes you comfortable, and then I will be back when that is done. Okay, so I've rolled out some of the scrap clay from the sheet we rolled out on a setting 4. Now all you have to do is take your cutter and then just cut out, push down and cut out another jellyfish like so. You can set that to the side. And then you have your second jellyfish. So now what you have to do is flip over your colored one, take your bail. Now at this point you can put some Bacon Bond or translucent liquid Sculpey or whatever. Since the bail is gold, I'm going to use some gold baking medium by Sculpey. And all I'm doing is adding a drop. Eventually got my liquid Sculpey to come out, so I just poured it kind of everywhere. But it's okay, because now all you have to do is take your Sculpey Bacon Bond and your bail, and then basically once you think you have it centered, push it down in the clay like so. And wipies will be your best friend during this, because I'm kind of a klutz and I get stuff everywhere. So now take your blade, get your other jellyfish, and all you have to do is match it up. So basically, I'm just matching it up like a puzzle piece. Just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of push on the edge a little bit to give it like a more rounded kind of shape. And I just clean up the edges to make it look more like one piece. And that's all there is to adding a bail on. You've got your jellyfish ready to bake in the oven according to your manufacturer's instructions. I will be back when I have my black clay ready for the next jellyfish. Okay, so I'm back with my silk screen, and don't be concerned or anything. My acrylic paint by Folk Art, this one is the licorice color. It stained the edges, but there is none in the actual silk screen itself. So it is not damaged, it's just stained a little around the edges. That's why you have to do it immediately and not so much wait. But it's okay, I'm not hurt by it because I know that it still works. Now, get your black clay, and I have that right here. And it's basically the same steps. You just pick your jellyfish. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Kind of push your fingers down on it. Pick your paint, which I'm doing white, but you could also do like gold or something. I know that if you got the Sculpey silk screen kit, they come with gold and silver paint, which could be cool as well. But I'm just using white. And I am going to shake it this time because I don't want a mishap of a bunch squirting out again. And then you just go and put a dollop. And now, taking your squeegee, which I seem to have so easily misplaced, I will be back when I find my squeegee and this silk screen is all done. Okay everyone, I found my squeegee, and it's probably not good that I let this white acrylic paint sit here this long, but what can you do? I'm going back, and I'm going back, And then I'm going back. Now I immediately want to go clean this, so I'll be back when that's done. Okay everyone, I am back. My silk screen has been cleaned, and I am ready to go. Now it's okay that I got some like pattern down here and there, whatever. It doesn't really matter, because we can still use this clay. So again, just line up your jellyfish. Then once you think you've got everything lined up, you can push down. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay. So now we're going to repeat the same steps as before, where I'm going to ball this up, roll it out on a 4, cut the jellyfish out, and put the bail on. So if you need to know how to do that again, just refer back to the first jellyfish. I will be back when this is done. Okay, now both of my jellyfish are done and ready to be baked. So I will just bake these according to my manufacturer's instructions. Okay everyone, my jellyfish are out of the oven, excuse me, and they are nice and baked and ready to be decorated. So now you need to get everything you need to decorate. So I've got Pearl-Ex powders, archival inks, Tim Holtz inks, lots of stuff to play with, and we're going to see which one works best. You could probably like also use acrylic paint, but I'm gonna pass on that. So, anywho, let's go ahead and jump into the video. The tutorial. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got ourselves our white one. So let's move this out of the way. And the best part about painting is that, yeah, there are some small details, but in Tiny Pandora's ColorMe kit, you get these little applicators, and they're really good for detailing. And you also get 2 brushes that are this tip on one side, and then brushes on the other. So it works out really well. So to do this, I'm going to start with some alcohol ink. I'm going to open up my alcohol ink. If I could open this cap, there we go. And all I'm going to do is just pour some 3 drops off to the side, because that should be plenty. Now I'm going to take my little applicator, and I'm just going to decorate. So I'm thinking I'm gonna color this line just like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with this. So I'm gonna continue outlining this whole shape. So I'll be back with you when that's done. Okay, you guys, do not use ink pads. They work, but not really. There's like no coverage at whatsoever, and it's not getting on the tip. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, do not use ink pads. I'll be back when this is coated a few more times so it's more vibrant. Okay, so as you can see, it really didn't get much darker. So, lesson learned though. See, this is what the experimentation video is. So you guys know what not to use and what you should use. Like, what's going to bring the most color. And I seem to have lost the lid for this ink pad. We'll find it later. Okay. Now, let's move on to Pearl-Ex powders. I've got more than these 2, but the color scheme I'm going for, these are the 2 that works. So let's unwrap it. Like this. Okay. So then I already have some of the Pearl-Ex powder in the lid. So I am going to take another applicator, because I need some detail. I'm going to zoom out for this, because I don't need to be real close. And I'm going to see what this baby can do. Okay. So the Pearlex coated really well. Like, that's actually really good. Now let's see how she coats on clay. Which is Pearlex and clay. It should be fine. Oh, wow. Yep, Pearlex. Definitely use Pearlex. I definitely recommend Pearlex. So I'll be back when I'm done doing some more detailing with the Pearlex, and we'll move on from there. Okay, everyone. So ultimately, I have established that alcohol inks work really well and Pearlex works really well. So I definitely recommend, out of everything I just tried, alcohol inks and Pearlex. Okay, you guys, I'm excited to say that I'm done. If you couldn't tell, this was the first one I colored, which is kind of a mess. The lines aren't clean, but I got the hang of it by the second one, and I'm really living for this yellow monochromatic moment. So now to finalize everything and to just kind of like finish it off, you're going to want to seal everything and all that hard work that you just did. So you have a few options. You could use Sculpey Gloss Glaze. You could use a 2-part epoxy jewelry resin. You could use a UV resin, such as Lisa Pavelka's, or Deep Shine. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be testing both of these. This one on the white pendant, this one on the... Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm a little biased. I'm going to be testing Deep Shine on this and Lisa Pavelka on the white one because I love this one so much. And I know that Deep Shine gives off a deep shine. So I am going to apply the Deep Shine and apply the Lisa Pavelka, cure them, and then I will be back when my pendants are completely finished. If you look at the Pandora's Deep Shine, there's an even coat. There's like, I don't see any shrinkage at all. It's nice and glossy. There's no air bubbles. And ideally for her products, her Deep Shine works really well for this ColorMe kit. And you can tell that everything is sealed in and it's not coming up. So, conclusion, for finishing, for UV resin, use Deep Shine. For coloring in your stuff, use Sharpies, because that has alcohol ink in it, and then alcohol ink, and Pearlex powders, and acrylic paint. And then ultimately, for clay, I guess that doesn't really matter. Clay's clay. So yeah, okay, as you can see, I finished this piece too. This one was made using the Lisa Pavelka UV gel, and it is also really glossy and really good. So they both do the trick. It just depends on if you want a thinner or thicker coat. Because with the Lisa Pavelka, you only have to add like one coat and it's already domed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you can get both of these UV resins on tinypandora.com, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye everyone!